Welcome to Take a Look. The original Venom, largely hated by critics, became the highest-grossing film that year. What do critics know?
I'm giving you a chance, sweetie.
Now the third and final, Venom: The Last Dance, crushing it in theaters worldwide. We'll catch up with Tom Hardy in an embarrassing interview. You'll see why.
What can I say?
All right. No Matthew McConaughey in the Netflix series, now owning it thanks to Manuel Garcia Rufo. And he's no Mark Zuckerberg, but he almost won the Academy Award for playing him. Now Jesse Eisenberg, the Oscar Award darling in front of and behind the camera with his directorial debut. We'll catch up with Succession's Emmy winner Kieran Culkin and Jesse about a real pain.
What the flying jeez?
That and more, lots more, as we take a look.
There's a party going on down on Fifth Street. Everybody at the bar's getting tipsy. And oh, hey, we're on. I was just talking to my friend Shabuzi. We got a movie date coming up a little bit later on. Hey, there you are, and there we are. Another episode of Take a Look, where we celebrate things on the big screens and the small screens and everything in between. I'm excited. It is our last weekend before Election Day, so get out there when it's time and vote. Next time we see you, I want to hear that you voted, all right? Do your duty. And to celebrate that, Take a Look has an offer. All you have to do is to go into any movie theater worldwide and tell them that you voted, and Take a Look will get you a regular soda and popcorn at the regular price. So let's just move on with the show and talk about Venom 3, which is crushing it. It's my good friend, travel blogger, Kelly Savannah Deaton. How are you?
Good, how are you? He left me hanging. Let's do that again.
Sorry,
there we go.
exactly.
There we go.
I failed to
okay.
commit. All right, enough about that. Where do we find you on social media?
Kelly Savannah Deaton.
Got it. Let's take a look right now at Venom 3. Did you know it was going to crush it?
I did know it was going to crush it, but I'm cringing already in advance for this horrible interview. Why are we showing this again? Why did we dust this off?
Because it's so horrible, it's good. First of all, let's talk about the movie. Over $100 million at the box office already. Did you think it was going to be that big?
Oh, for sure. Anytime Tom Hardy mixes with a comic book, bam, it's going to be 100%. Everyone's going to want to see this. It has everything. It's so funny, drama, Tom Hardy, like I said.
Yeah, speaking about funny and drama, that pretty much sums up the interview that you talked about. It's probably historically the worst Tom Hardy interview ever. It's the most viral thing I've ever done. Why do I dust it off? For your pleasure. Take a look.
You again, brother. Pleasure. What's up, man? Good to see you.
It's good to see you, too.
You too.
You too.
I'm a professional. I've been doing this for a quarter century, going all over the world to talk to people, but I still kind of fanboy out a little bit about this movie. It's that good.
Oh,
Do
great.
you two fanboy out? Like, do you get on set and go, oh, I loved you in the Batman movie, and you say, I loved you in Rogue One, or none of that?
No.
No, never.
No, we're British.
That's better.
Yeah, we
It's
barely
British
make eye
sensibilities.
contact, to be honest. Yeah.
Inside, we do that possibly, but it's in silence. That transaction.
Yeah. Yeah, we mainly deal with passive aggression. That's how we show affection in the UK.
That's so true.
Morning, Tom.
Yeah.
Morning, Riz.
Not even.
And that would be it. I mean, that's on a good
What's
day.
up, bro?
We see this guy do stuff I've never seen you do in a movie before.
Legitimate. Sorry.
Your director's leaning on you to bring some comedic moments that we haven't exactly seen you do before.
You mean I'm not funny?
I think you're extremely funny. I just haven't seen it on camera often.
mean,
Thanks
yeah,
for that,
like,
bud. That's it.
All right.
How we laughed.
Well, you know, you laid it out there, so I'll go ahead and say this.
You're not funny.
You are very funny.
Thank
but
you.
Just know when you're trying to be.
All right, bud.
I've never seen you in movies be funny.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
No, I mean, your characters aren't funny.
That's okay, buddy. That's cool. Each to their
This
own.
is like the opposite of that Joe Pesci Goodfellas scene.
Yeah.
You're not funny. You mean I'm not here to amuse you? It's bizarre.
I've interviewed, like I said, I've interviewed pretty much every A-list actor, every Academy
I
Award
don't
winner.
have to show off about it, man.
I'm not dropping names. I'm not.
Jesus Christ.
Back in your box.
Whoa, so you drop some in there,
We've
mate.
met a few people
yeah,
ourselves,
what's
you know what I
Denzel
mean?
like?
Got
Oh,
our
yeah.
There's a point.
Calm
bloody
down.
rodeo geese.
Jesus.
None
We're in Hollywood
We
now,
may
aren't we,
not be
guys?
from here, right?
Just got here from London.
We
It's all
do
changed.
know what goes on
just
here.
building
up. No, it's
Okay,
all right, chill.
just building up your old press release.
No, I'm just saying that in all of that, only two intimidate me as much as you.
Who?
Tommy Lee Jones is the other guy, and you.
Legitimate.
I always I wet my pants walking in the room for fear of talking to you.
You're sitting on your phone, bro, so be careful.
you might
Because those phones are not waterproof.
It's
Let's look at that. Do we got a towel?
That's, Don't make your problems my problems. Okay.
So,
You're amongst friends here.
Good to
guys,
see
Oh,
you,
no,
man.
and now you're just leaving. Okay, brilliant. Thanks for
to see you,
that.
man.
my
Thanks.
apologies.
I think
Mark.
I need therapy because
Oh, my gosh.
even our producer Darla said, "Hey, we can shorten that." I said,
We should
"No,
have.
let him see it
Cringeworthy.
all."
So cringe. And your phone, the worst thing when you interview someone is when they don't say anything and they say one-word answers. That entire interview, he says one-word answers. And then you called him not funny. What were you thinking?
There, don't take his side. I just meant I hadn't
man.
seen him be funny in anything before that. Anyway,
Just dig
you've
in
probably
deeper.
seen that interview already. I should hope that this show is as successful as that interview. All right, let me dry myself off here and there. All right.
Secondhand embarrassment. Shake it off. Shake it off.
Go see Venom 3 if you haven't already. It is awesome, and it's a Marvel Universe movie unlike anything you've seen before, and that's why I like it. All right, coming up next, The Lincoln Lawyer, off the big screen. On the small screen, it is crushing it. Screens all across America are enjoying it. One of the most amazing stunts I have ever seen in episodic television. In this, we're going to talk to Manuel, the star, Ben Bray, the director, and more when we come back. Ben is standing by. Take a Look is next. Hey, welcome back to Take a Look in 177 different countries and territories worldwide. Thank you for watching on AFN. I'm Marcus
Thank you.
Allen. That's Kelly Savannah Deaton. Thanks for sticking around. Tom Hardy wouldn't have. I appreciate you for doing
You're
so.
welcome. You're so welcome. But Mark, I'm still cringing. But let's keep it moving.
Yeah, let's keep it moving. Keep towards the positive. Speaking of positive, Lincoln Lawyer continues to
Yes.
crush it on Netflix. Why do you think that is?
Because it has everything someone would want. It's a good courtroom drama. It has action, crazy action scenes, interpersonal relationships. It's just a really good mystery. I love it. It's actually a really binge-worthy show.
Yeah, and no offense to Matthew McConaughey, who originated a similar role, but Manuel is crushing it,
Oh.
and he's the reason audiences are coming back for a third and even fourth season. I caught up
100%.
with him. Take a look. Hey, Manuel, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. Great to talk to you. I am the biggest fan of this series. And I got to be honest with you. I don't like anything courtroom. Historically, like even recently, I'm the guy in Joker 2 that said, not a courtroom drama. Get this. I love
thank
this.
you. Thank you.
Your performance is so attuned and the wordplay is so sharp. As an actor, how rewarding is it to have this material you get to regurgitate and create?
I'm so grateful, man. So thankful. It's just such a fun character to play, especially for a Mexican to be playing a lawyer, not the narco and all these things, to be playing a lawyer, a cool lawyer, and in a complex character because, Mickey Holler is always struggling with so many things, addiction, the wives, the court, the cases. So it's not just, this cool lawyer. He has a lot of subtext and there's a lot of, heaviness in his backstory. So I love him.
Yeah, I love him too. It's so infectious as this character. And like the original source material, he makes it a policy for people to underestimate him.
And I love that. Everyone loves an underdog, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I said, I love this because I typically don't like courtroom drama. I love the courtroom because they get it out of the courtroom to create great action. No one knows that better than the director of many episodes of Lincoln Lawyer, Ben Bray. How you doing, man?
Hi, Ben.
How you doing? Hey, Marcus, how you doing? How are you?
I've known Ben for a long, long time. I knew you back in your former life when you were a stunt person, then stunt coordinator, stunt director, second unit director. Now you're the director. You are crushing it. And
amazing.
Dude, I'm so proud of you. Congrats on everything.
Thank you, brother. I feel very blessed. Very blessed.
I want to talk to you
It's been a fun
specifically.
ride.
Season 3 has one of the best stunts, and I mean it, I have ever seen in episodic television. I want you to talk us through, because I saw you posting things about it recently. What was it like on the day?
Exciting, and it brought back a lot of good memories. And, it was a challenge. It's the biggest stunt that Lincoln Lawyer has done on the series since it started just a couple seasons ago. So, there was a lot of prep involved. We had a lot of great guys. Shauna Duggins, who's a stunt coordinator and second unit director on the show, did a fantastic job. But as you know, on a television show, you're running and gunning. This particular stunt on a motion picture would have been probably over a month, if not more. We had about 2 weeks to prep the vehicle, gut it out, fuel cell, putting a roll cage in there, getting everything set up to go, and all the stunt safety people. And we did it in one take. We almost broke the record. The record was Fall Guy. I think they had 8.5 turns. We had 7 turns, and we did it in one take. And it was phenomenal. And everybody was happy, including Netflix, the studio execs. It was amazing.
As it
was
should
That
be.
is amazing. Speaking of Fall Guy and Killer's Game, we've seen a lot of stunt coordinators take their chance with the director's chair, and I think it makes a lot of action scenes way better. Why do you think that is?
We know that part of storytelling. I think that people tend to think that we're just there to do a fight, to do a car turnover, crash through windows, do bailouts, but they're all related to a storyline within the script. So it's definitely an advantage when we have that. I mean, we've seen all the guys from David Leitch to Chad Stahelski to JJ Perry, myself. We've been very blessed, very fortunate. Now, Hollywood is now realizing that we can tell stories also, not only just the action, but story itself and having it being character driven. So it's exciting.
As much love as I give you on your stunt coordinating, what I'm really impressed with is how well you've connected with your actors. Some of the greatest scenes, some of the greatest drama, the emotion, and it's so organic, and I know that comes from your heart. Wait, we gotta wrap it up. Before you do, I need you to duck for just a minute. Duck, I'm directing you on a stunt, duck. This back here, El Chicano, that is a phenomenal movie that Ben was behind as well. That is one of my favorite superhero movies of all time.
For sure.
Chicano Batman, if you will. Hey, Ben, thanks so much for hanging out with us, dude.
Appreciate it.
Good to see you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
You too.
Preeminent director of Lincoln Lawyer there. That's Ben Bray. All right. When we come back on Take a Look, something super awesome. Ready to know what it is?
Yes, yes.
A Real Pain. Jesse Eisenberg. Great in front of the camera. Also great behind the camera. Pulls in his friend Kieran Culkin to do the damage on this one, and they tear it up, crushing it in a really emotional way. You'll find out why next. Hey, what's going on? You're back. Thanks for hanging out with us. It is Take a Look, where we talk about movies on big screens and shows on screens of all sizes. Just talked about Lincoln Lawyer. Let's move on to an awesome movie. Jesse Eisenberg is the star of it and the director of it. Damn near won the Academy Award for
Social Network.
Exactly, where he played Mark Zuckerberg. Gotta be honest with you, not unlike Mark and Zuckerberg, he's a little bit snarky.
He is very snarky. I was going to say that, but I think we might see him back in the Oscar race for this movie.
Yeah,
actually.
I think so too. It hits so personal to him for reasons that we'll get into in a moment. He's good buddies with Kieran Culkin, so it's only great that they teamed for this. I caught up with the two of them to talk about it. Take a look. Hard enough to make a mediocre movie, yet you've made not only a brilliant movie that touches on so many things, but I know is utterly personal to you. How does it feel?
Well, thank you for saying all that. That's quite a compliment, and I know how to make mediocre things as well. So it's an amazing kind of wide range that I have. It feels great. It's something. This movie feels no different than things I've been writing for 20 years. My background is in playwriting, and people like this movie, and it's as mystifying to me that they like this as the fact that they didn't like some other stuff that I did. I don't know. I just feel incredible gratitude that it's being embraced. I feel so lucky that 1,000 things came together, the most important one being Kieran signing on to the movie, that I pinch myself.
And Kieran, I know that this is your craft. You're not exactly a rookie. You've done some amazing things, but did you feel daunting pressure just knowing how personal and meaningful this was to Jesse personally?
There's usually those I would say there's 3 things you're trying to get when you read a script, and you want to feel do I like the overall story? Do I like this character? And do I think I'm decent casting for it? And I'm, for this, it was sort of an immediate all 3. I want to go in there. I want to play this guy. And I just wanted to help contribute to his story. We had a quick, I don't know if it was quick, but we had a phone call after I read it when I was like, okay, I want to do this. Let's just have a chat. And it was more for me, on my end of the phone call, was to find out, are you sure that I'm right for that? Because I want to do it for this, and that reason. And once you gave the okay, it was great. Let's go in and play. Let's go scrap.
Both of you, among your best work on camera, and Jesse, obviously for you behind the camera, how do you start to make a movie that is so funny organically and at the same time so poignant?
I don't know. I guess when I was growing up, humor was the currency. It was the only thing that I had, at school, and then in my family, it was the kind of way to get a word in. was to be funny or outdo each other comedically. And so like that's I guess the way my brain is wired, to kind of make jokes, but I'm also a depressive, and I'm like writing about these bigger themes. And so I guess when the two fronts meet, that's what comes out, is like kind of funny, people who are funny, or at least situations that are funny, but while trying to navigate something bigger, and in the case of my brain, sadder.
Sadder indeed. I love that you said where he grew up, currency. Comedy
Humor.
was the currency, and it helps get you through some tough times.
100%.
I get choked up thinking about the basis of this movie, what it must have meant to him, because much of it's shot in Poland on hallowed Holocaust grounds where his grandmother endured horrific things.
And you would think that this movie would be kind of serious, but he manages to do it in an empathetic and hilarious way, and it combines two of my favorite things: travel, comedy, I guess three, and drama.
Yeah, I mean, it hits the heartstrings. You're
does.
definitely going to be hearing this all along award season, but see it in theaters right now is simple pain. All right, coming up next, this is the freakiest show ever. Name one other entertainment content show that combines Little House on the Prairie with the Scorpions. How do we do it? Why are we doing it? We'll explain. It's a long story. Take a commercial break. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. It is Take a Look. Thanks for hanging out. I'm Marcus Allen. My buddy Kelly Savannah Dean. She likes to watch movies. I like to watch movies.
Yep.
You like to watch TV. I like to watch TV. That's all we got in common.
Yep, pretty much.
All right.
There's a couple things, but yeah, pretty much. Movies, music.
Yeah, there's this and there's that. I'll tell you something you probably don't have in common with me. Your first crush was probably not Melissa Gilbert. You probably don't even know who Melissa Gilbert is.
I do, from Little House on the Prairie, but I'm trying to calculate if that's an inappropriate crush. I'm trying to calculate
I was
the age.
8 years old at the time.
Oh,
who's being creepy now?
Just making sure. These days, you got to make sure.
And it was rerun for him, so I don't know. She could have been 90 at the time. I don't know. Regardless, I had a chance to catch up with her because, we lost Michael Landon way too early. It was a good friend to her mentor, and she's doing something amazing to support her and the rest of the cast and America. We caught up. Take a look.
Hi.
All right, so we have to get the awkward elephant out of the room because I've told everybody within earshot around me, my very first childhood crush was you. So I have talked to A-list celebrities for the bulk of my life. Rarely to never have I been as nervous as I am right now.
Oh, Lord. Well, thank you so much. That's so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I'm sure it's not the first time you've heard it anyway. Thanks for the honor of chatting with you right now, and thanks for making the world a better place with all the great things you do.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet and very kind.
Yeah, let's talk about how we can celebrate this series, celebrate the generations of fans, and then at the same time, save lives.
Oh, my goodness. Well, gosh, it's all sort of connected and involved, isn't it? My company, Modern Prairie, which is a lifestyle line primarily geared towards the seasoned woman over 50. We've teamed with the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network in honor of Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Month, which is November, on a line of products in our sort of signature calicos and stripes. This is our throw, but in purple, which is the color of pancreatic cancer awareness. And we are selling these products at Modern Prairie and at PanCan, and all the proceeds are going to PanCan, because they are the preeminent organization for research into treatments and cures and support for people and families going through it. And it's especially important to me because pancreatic cancer was the disease that took my mentor and surrogate father, Michael Landon, way too young, as well as my dear friend, Patrick Swayze, also way too young. And this disease is a really brutal cancer that oftentimes by the time it's diagnosed, it's too late. And so whatever we can do, especially Modern Prairie can do to help find cures or treatments and fund research and support, we're going to do it.
Say, there you go. What a sweet ending to what was otherwise going to be a cringy interview off the top.
And I just have to say, this show has charmed, and it's charmed everyone, and it's beloved by so many, because we're still talking about it at its 50th anniversary. That's crazy that people are still watching it, talking about it. It's truly charmed everyone, including you.
There you go. So true. Also, want to help out pancreatic cancer?
Yes.
Follow me on Instagram, TV Marcus Allen. I will
That's
link you
amazing.
to them. All right, you know who else I had a crush on when I was a kid?
I'm scared to ask.
Klaus from Scorpions. Not true, but I needed a segue.
Wait, we're talking about the Scorpions. I have to ask, why is this happening?
The show's Take a Look.
Okay.
And we talk about seeing stuff on big screens and small screens, but truly it's taking a look at anything.
Gotcha.
And the Scorpions are now a residency at Planet Hollywood in Vegas.
That's pretty cool. And again, next year it's going to be the 60th anniversary of the band. How crazy is that?
So you know a little something, something. I caught up with Klaus and Rudolph. Take a look.
Congratulations on the new album. I've done much research. I didn't realize this all goes back to 1965. Were you guys babies?
Yeah, looks like. Rock babies. Rock babies.
And Klaus, you know, you guys have grown up seeing the other featured acts in Vegas, whether it be Elvis, Sinatra, Celine, Dion, Cher. Vegas is a rowdy town. Finally, you're bringing some rowdy to residency.
Yeah, you know, I remember a time back in the 80s when Vegas was not a rock and roll town at all, you know, because, yeah, it was all the big entertainers and all the, I mean, all those amazing performers like Elvis or the Red Pack, Sinatra, you know, but it was not really made for rock and roll music, you know, and that changed. And we were one of the first bands that picked it up and played shows in Vegas, and it became a regular stop with every other tour. And now, I mean, the city rocks.
Vegas, and you will go to the script, and you will do things you cannot talk about. Anyway, check them out. Scorpions, residency now at
Planet
Hollywood.
Woo, woo, woo.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Kelly Savannah Deaton, as always, thanks for being here. Be sure and vote, and watch us next time on Take a Look.